Assalamu Alaikum everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. In today's video, we are going to look at my portfolio. Recently, some of you have asked me questions about the markets and where it's heading, the fact that everything is up so much, and the fact that it is really difficult to basically add to the companies that you own because they've gone up so much. And I've gone through the same thing. I've been looking around my stock companies that I own in my portfolio and just thinking, okay, I can't add to this one, it's gone up so much and so and so. So that kind of led me to look at my entire portfolio and say, what can I actually add to right now? What is undervalued? What is overvalued? What am I going to hold? What am I going to sell? And by doing that process, I thought, you know what, let me share with the community, because one thing I have been doing, and I hope that you enjoy it, is to be transparent. Okay, I've been transparent with you guys about everything that I'm doing with this portfolio, every single stock that I add, when I sell, when I buy, especially if you're on the Discord. Okay, every time I get a dividend, every time I add, every time I buy something new or get rid of it, and I've always given you basically my honest opinion about what I'm looking at that point. One of the things that I just want you guys to do is just don't follow this portfolio as it is, please. Okay, because there are companies in here I'm going to talk about today in a bit more detail that I might sell soon, and then you just buy it and then I sell it and then something happens. So please do your own research. Never ever follow this portfolio as it is, because there are reasons why I like these stocks. Okay, and I hope that you can do your own research and so on. So I'm going to explain each sector. So I'm going to look at the different sectors. So as you know, I do own basically about 7 or 8 different sectors. Okay, technology is my biggest. If you can see it there, 26% of my portfolio is technology. Then you've got the industrial, then you've got healthcare, consumer staples, you've got financial, you've got materials, consumer discretionary, and real estate. I haven't got any utilities, I haven't got any energy companies or communications. Now, this is basically how the S&P 500 is broken down. Okay, and it's important to remember there are 11 different sectors. You don't need to invest every single company here, but if you're not buying the overall broad market ETFs, then when you're building your own portfolio, you're going to have to diversify into all of these sectors, because if one sector does amazing, it's good, and then another one basically does horrible, it kind of balances each other out. Okay, so you need to basically do a bit more, rebalance your portfolio whenever you can anyway. So before we get to the video, I just want you to mention again, as always, it will really genuinely help the channel if you can join us on the Discord, if you can join us on the Patreon first, and then join us on the Discord, inshallah. I'm trying to build that Discord, inshallah, to become something that I don't have to manage or do anything, basically. Okay, where a situation where brothers and sisters can just help themselves, any research, anything they find, any articles, anything that's useful to the community, just share it. Okay, that's what I'm going to do, inshallah. So it will be a great idea if you can join us there, and then you've got access to all of these things. And I'm going to upload a PDF that I've talked about in one of the recent videos, and I will mention that in more details in the coming videos, inshallah. Right, let's get started. And the first sector we're going to look at is the communication or technology sector. Sorry, not communication. So I own 6 different companies in this sector. Because my background is computer scientist, and for that reason I find it easier to analyze these companies, because a lot of their products we use it either in our computers or in the networking side of it, or our mobile phones and so on. So it kind of makes sense to me. That is where my strength is, and for that reason I find it easier to analyze these companies. Now, looking at what we're looking at today is the current price of this stock. The fair value comes from Morningstar for majority of these companies anyway. By the way, all the analysis that you see here, it comes either from Morningstar or Simply Wall Street. UK based companies, I use Simply Wall Street because it's easier, and then Morningstar is for the US version as well. Okay, and I use Yahoo Finance Analyst to basically from that basically website to get this information about the growth estimates for the next couple of years. What they do is basically they collect all that information from all types of analysts. And when I say analysts, I'm talking about those guys who work in the banks and so on, who say, oh, this stock should go up 20% this year, blah blah blah. So they kind of average that out and then tell us where they think the company is heading. Okay, right, so the first company we got here is Broadcom. Broadcom's currently trading $142 per share. $842 per share. I wish it was 100. and 640 is basically where it should be. So it's overvalued so much right now. Okay, in fact, it's 32% overvalued right now. So for that reason, I feel like I'm definitely not going to touch. And the fact that I am so much up, I'll show you in a second the whole portfolio, but I'm quite up. So for that reason, it's just going to be a hold. Next 10 years, based on next 5 years, they're expecting the earnings to grow about 10%, which is decent. So if it carries on growing that much, only 10%, which is a bit, it should be double digits for this sort of evaluation. For that reason, it kind of makes me feel like, you know what, maybe trim it, so take something off the table. I wouldn't be surprised if I do that in the next few weeks if it keeps going up. In fact, if it touches 900, I'm definitely gonna trim it, maybe sell 2 stocks and use that money somewhere else. The next one is Microsoft. Okay, and Microsoft surprisingly is fairly valued at the moment. $325 per share is where it should be, but for me it's a hold because I am still up quite a bit. So with these current valuations, it's about, I think, 35 PE right now, which is quite high for me. But the growth is there, okay, and everything to do with AI, this company is around it. Okay, right now every company that talks about AI, this company kind of pioneered all of that madness. Okay, so 12% is actually quite healthy. Next one is ASML. This is one of the companies that will benefit from AI, from everything that is basically technology based, because they are the company that makes the chips where, for example, Qualcomm will design it, Nvidia will design it, and Apple will design their own stuff. Then they will send it to, obviously, what is it called, Taiwan Semiconductor, and Taiwan Semiconductor actually needs the devices this company makes. So the machines that this company makes is what basically makes those chips, and without it you can't. Intel has to now buy, and each one of those things costs millions. So for that reason, I like really this company. $750 per share is basically where it should be, fairly valued right now. I will be buying more. I want to buy 2 more shares of this company, which will probably make over 10% of my portfolio. But we'll see, inshallah. But right now, it looks like basically it's got the growth side of things. Okay, this is the fastest growing company in my portfolio right now, which is absolutely amazing. Cisco is another one right now. Looks like almost a very valued, undervalued. So I'm gonna buy a little bit here and there. Okay, the growth is about, they're expecting 7% growth for the next 5 years. Visa is another one. Is similar sort of situation, growing double digits. Okay, it's undervalued at the moment. So I'm just gonna buy a little bit here and there. I'm not up a lot on Visa, but I will be buying a bit more here and there, inshallah. Okay, Qualcomm is the next one and the final one for the technology companies. As you can see, 14% undervalued. I will be buying more of this company, inshallah. I want to buy at least 5 more. Although the growth is not there right now, I believe it will bounce back and the next few years. And even when you look at their growth, it's not actually that bad. I mean, it is not growing as fast as the rest of this one, but 2024 they're expecting the earnings to grow, the EPS to grow about 16, 18 and 17%, and then about 3% after that. Let's call it 4%. Okay, and obviously when you look at the revenue estimates, okay, from $36 billion to 39 to then 14 to 42, so it's heading the right direction, but it's not growing as fast as the rest of the companies out there, basically. And the next sector we're looking at is healthcare. Healthcare is one that I struggle with the most because I don't really understand a lot of the basically stuff that they sell, and I don't. Yeah, I love this side. Okay, I can analyze easily, but this is in terms of pipelines, I'm like, okay, what does that even mean? But this has been good investment so far. It's done well. A lot of the companies that I own, and it's a very popular company. So I'm assuming they are really good investment, right? So Merck is the first one here. I've got I've got about 27 shares or whatever it was for a very long time, and right now it's basically the fair value should be about $97 per share. It seems it's basically very valued, undervalued at the moment, and overvalued at the moment, so I'm not going to touch this one. It's definitely a hold. They're expecting the earnings to grow about 8%, which is absolutely decent. Next one is J&J, 164, 166 right now, fairly valued. I'm going to buy a little bit here and there. I really like this company. This is probably one of my favorite after Microsoft, and this company, it is actually one of my favorite companies of all time. 4% basically increment earnings growth next 5 years. AstraZeneca is another one that's actually growing quite good. Okay, double digits, the only one that's actually growing fast. The only one that I'm going to buy more and more in the next few weeks and months. I've already started and I'm going to keep doing that. It seems it's undervalued at the moment. It's currently trading 111 pounds per share. By the way, that's not 1,000 because I couldn't be bothered to round it, change it to pounds. See, basically this spreadsheet thing doesn't actually like this. But anyway, the price should be about $134 per share. Right now it's 111. It seems about 13% undervalued at the moment. So I'm going to keep buying more and more of this company. Next one is Medtronic. Medtronic is actually undervalued. It's still about 21%. I stopped buying it for a while because I want to build this one up as much as I can, and because I'm already healthcare side of things, I've already got 15% of my portfolio on healthcare. I'm just gonna wait for a bit, and then once I build this up, if it's still undervalued, then I will add to it as much as I can. Right, we're getting there. So the next sector that we're looking at is industrials. For whatever reason, I really like these companies. Okay, I like the industrials. There's so many companies that I would love to buy. If the ETF is on that one, was halal, I would definitely buy just the ETF because there's so many great companies. Cummins is one of the companies that I've had in my portfolio for a long time. It seems undervalued at the moment. I'm gonna buy a little bit here and there. It is going to grow in double digits, which is really good. And they're trying to diversify away from diesel cars or whatever diesel engines. So it's really good company. I really like the company. I like the dividends. It's solid business. I wish they can increase the free cash flow and so on, but we'll see. This one, it has to go. Okay, sooner or later this will have to disappear out of my portfolio because it's really getting me angry right now, because there's so many things happening from the veteran situation plus other things that they've done in the previously, and they're going to spend billions of dollars just to basically sorting that situation out, and I don't like that. I just don't want the company's revenue or the profits or whatever the net income being used for something other than reinvesting in the business. And that for that reason, although it's undervalued at the moment, I'm down about over £1,000. I can't not let this go. So it pays a really healthy dividend. So I'm not sure if it's healthy, but it's a good dividend right now. But sooner or later they might have to cut it. I'll be honest with you, because I don't know what's going to happen. So right now it's a doom and gloom for this company, but for now I'm not selling it in that much of a loss. I might just sell it maybe if it goes up maybe to $127 per share or whatever. So my average is in the 60s, 160. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but this is definitely going to go sooner or later. But I'm not going to sell it right now. Okay. And if it goes below 100, I might just start buying and bringing down my average. In fact, I might do quite a bit of buys then to bring it down and then hopefully sell it at some point. Right. But whatever happens, if I break even, I will sell it straight away. This is not a long-term company that I'm going to hold in my portfolio. UPS is another great company. I really like this company. 177 is where it should be. 171 is where it is right now. Fairly valued. I'm going to hold this one, and I'm going to hold as well Union Pacific. Those two companies, I really like them. I've been buying them heavily recently. In fact, I might just buy a little bit more of UNP, but we will see. But both of them are growing. This one is growing really low, but this one is by a healthy 9%, which is quite nice. And the final company, which I consider a technology company, but it's industrial sector, it is basically automatic data processing. I will definitely be buying this little bit as much as I can. It's growing double digits in the next 5 years, at the same time undervalued at the moment, and I'm down a little bit, so I'm gonna definitely will be adding to this company. Right, next we've got loads of different companies in different sectors, so just about one or two, so I'm going to do all of them together. So the first one is Air Products Chemicals. This is one of my favorite companies and will be buying more. I have said that recently. I haven't bought a share of this company for over a year now, but it seems undervalued still, so I was up quite a bit. It came back down quite a bit, so I'm going to add more. As you can see, is actually expected to grow almost double digits. Next one is Rio Tinto. Rio Tinto, according to Simply Wall Street, okay, not Morningstar, it looks like it's overvalued. In fact, I'm going to check in Rio. Let me check what they are saying about this company, because it is interesting. According to Simply Wall Street, it's actually saying overvalued of 40%. There we go. These guys are saying it's actually discounted about 9%. Yeah, so their fair valued is $71 per share. Okay, that's healthy. That's actually good to know. But yeah, I will be buying more of this company. Like I said, I'm actually buying one share of this company every single week just for the dividends. And then obviously it's UK based company, and I like that industry. It's very cyclical. It goes up and down. But right now I'm just going to keep buying one share. Although they saying overvalued, I don't think it is. I think it's fairly valued or probably undervalued at the moment. When the price of iron goes up massively, which is quite a bit right now, if iron ore goes up prices wise, this company goes up as well. So we'll see. We will see where we are with this one. Next companies, I'm talking about this one, by the way. The next company we're talking about today is S&P Global. This is one of my favorite companies in the portfolio right now, but it seems overvalued in the last 2 weeks. I think it's gone up so much, or 3 weeks. It's growing 13% double digits according to Yahoo's analysts and so on in the next 5 years. But I really like this company. If it comes back down again into the 320s, 30s, I will definitely be adding to it, because I don't think I've got full position yet. Until I get that, I'm going to carry on adding to it. But right now, as we speak, it's definitely a hold. Another one that's hold for now is a consumer discretionary, or Home Depot. Home Depot should be apparently, according to Seeking Morningstar, 200 and let's call it 260, but right now it's over $300 per share. Is not growing fast enough. It has come down a little bit, but then it shot back again because of the overall market went up, and the consumer discretion has done really well in the last few weeks, so it's gone up quite a bit. So I'm gonna wait anyway. I'm not touching that for now. Final sector we're going to talk about is one that used to be it's still one of my favorite, because this is the companies that every time I go to the supermarket I feel like a rich person, because I buy their product, because I feel like I own this one, and I see other people picking out, I'm like, yes, give me some money. But yeah, anyway, so that is with the consumer and defensive, or consumer staples, whatever you want to call them. Procter & Gamble is one of my favorite, although it's overvalued according to Morningstar. I started buying it, and I've done it in recent videos, so go and watch that one. The reason why I'm buying them all is growing to basically over 5%, which is quite decent for this company. And the next one, Unilever. I'm not touching Unilever for a long time unless it actually goes. Right now it's about £40 per share. If it comes back to like 36s, 35s, then I'll be buying more. But right now I own 100 shares of this company, so I'm not gonna touch. They pay nice dividends, so I'm gonna leave them alone, although it seems a bit overvalued at the moment. If it comes down, yes, otherwise leave it alone. And finally is RB, one of my favorite companies right now. It's undervalued still, and I will be buying to it. I've basically neglected it for a few weeks now, but I started buying again, and I will be adding to it as much as I can in the next few weeks. There you have it. That's my entire portfolio. Okay, if you pause the video, have a look at it, have a look at the prices. That basically this column is the most important one, and the fact that it's overvalued, whatever. And that's just my opinion, and this comes from basically Yahoo Finance. So again, it's the analyst, but you're gonna have to do your own research and understand the business. But these guys could be wrong sometimes, because they're just human, aren't they? But in my opinion, this is what I'm doing right now. That could change any moment if the markets go up and things change and whatever. So yeah, just do your own research and so on. So just to be transparent, every single company that I've talked about, I will add the link of the pie or whatever, so you can watch and see it. There you go. This is the only one that I said I'm gonna get rid of. Products and chemicals actually gone up again. So yeah, you could see the portfolio basically in real time and real money. This is not some made up thing from whatever. Okay, and I've been honest and I've been transparent. And that's what I'm going to continue doing, inshallah, in the next few years. And if you enjoy these kind of things, if you really like what we're doing here and you're learning something, even if you're gaining one thing every video, tiny little thing, please join us on the Discord. It really genuinely helps the channel to grow and so on. Join us on the Discord, start the discussions, and talk to brothers and sisters out there. There's basically growing community there, inshallah, and we will continue to do this, inshallah, as much as I can. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And yeah, I'm gonna stop the video right here. It's about 20 minutes long, but I needed to get this out, so at least you have that full information. So next time when someone asks questions, I can point back to this quick video. And I think this is something I'm going to continuously doing from now on to kind of help the community, inshallah. So we'll continue doing this. We'll update this information maybe next quarter, and then I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing, inshallah. Have a wonderful day. Assalamu Alaikum.